Hey everyone, I'm Barbara Chery, your South Florida Realtor. And one of the biggest questions I get from both buyers and sellers is what exactly are closing costs? So today I'm going to walk you through what they are and how much you should expect to pay, and how I help my clients understand and prepare for them, whether you're buying or selling a home. Okay, so what are closing costs? So let's start with the basics. Closing costs are the final fees and expenses paid at the end of the real estate transaction when the property officially transfers ownership. Now, these costs are separate from your down payment, and they can really catch you off guard if you're not prepared, which is why we are talking about it today. All right, so the buyer's closing costs. If you're a buyer, your closing costs typically include loan origination fees charged by your lender to process your mortgage, appraisal fee to verify the value of your property, home inspection fees to make sure that the property is in good condition, the title search and title insurance to ensure that no one else has a legal claim on the home, escrow fees, which is paid to the third party that holds the transaction fund, and prepaid taxes and homeowners insurance. That's to fund your escrow accounts. And sometimes the initial HOA dues if you're moving into a community. Now for the seller's costs. Real estate agent commissions, typically split between the buyer's agent and the seller's agent. Title and transfer fees for legally transferring ownership, outstanding property taxes or HOA dues, and if you agreed to give the buyer any concessions, like covering their closing costs or doing repairs, that would be included too. How much are closing costs? So, how much should you expect to pay? As a buyer, closing costs usually range from about 2% to 5% of the home's purchase price. So, on a $350,000 home, you're looking at roughly $7,000 to $17,500. For sellers, the biggest chunk is usually agents' commissions, around 5% to 6% of the sale price, plus a few smaller fees. And here's some pro tips, a few things to keep in mind. Some of these costs are negotiable. Depending on the market, you can ask the seller to cover part of your closing costs. And I help my clients negotiate this. Lenders are required to give you a loan estimate. The document breaks down all the costs up front, so there's no surprises at closing. And for sellers, knowing your estimated net proceeds ahead of time can help you plan your next move confidently. The bottom line is closing costs are part of every real estate transaction. But with the right agent by your side, you'll know exactly what to expect. I walk my clients through every step, every fee, and every option to make sure you're not just closing, you're closing confidently. And again, I'm Barbara Chery, your South Florida real estate expert, here to make buying or selling a home smooth, strategic, free. Questions about closing costs or want to see a net sheet or estimate? Send me a message and I'm always happy to help.